The air was thick with anticipation this week in Kaswa and Cape Coast. Minds were ready for rigorous and passionate debates. The Catholic school tournament is something to be heard and certainly witnessed. Let's relive some of this year's excitement. This week's yearly inter-school meet found 4 Catholic teams engaging on how Catholic teachers changed the world. Key themes included: the Catholic school teacher plays a vital role in fostering personal discernment and growth, as well as tackling an interesting question around the Good Shepherd role of any Catholic school educator. Watch these brilliant and engaging moments yourself. First up, we had intense engagements as Saint Brother Andre matched up with Saint Gregory, debating on the ways their education directly supports them. A particularly hot moment can be seen right now.
My opponent, if you arrive first on the battleground, it does not mean you have won the war. The overyoung looking chair, wise and impartial panel of judges, our great timekeeper, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. I am Juliet Benedicta Tete, a proud Gregorian representing St. Mary Catholic Senior High School, Grego School, and I am the principal speaker, speaking against the motion. The chair, the motion before this August House is, and I quote, the Catholic school teacher plays a vital role in fostering personal discernment and growth among young people, unquote. The chair, may I crave your indulgence to digest the motion to the layman's understanding.
I heard my opponent say that in their definition of discernment, that discernment is actually as a contemporary to carefully reflecting on certain decisions. This shows us that our own learned co-debaters and fellow debaters on the opponent side actually agree with us. And I know that my friends from the prestigious St. Augustine's College will also bear with me that right on the board there is their second core value, which is critical thinking. And how can critical thinking be achieved unless the Catholic school teacher implements the ability to be able to think critically by reflecting on the ideas? Therefore, Catholic school teachers actually play a role in fostering personal discernment and growth by making students be able to critically analyze and think through critical thinking. And so, Honorable Chairperson, permit me to also say that the Catholic school teacher plays a vital role in fostering personal discernment and growth in young people by providing opportunities for community engagement and service. I know again that my prestigious friends from St. Augustine's College and Holy Child will bear with me, and even my friends from St. Brother Andre, that there are certain societies, there are certain clubs that are in our schools, such as Andre for Life, such as the Catholic Youth Organization, etc., that contribute to society building by helping students to engage in community engagement, charitable organizations, etc., etc. And we are able to come together as a group to facilitate this. This will help the students to build their personal discernment, to be able to determine what is right and what is wrong by engaging with the community more.
With all the drive of such intense and high-level academia, this annual competition was also home to further exchanges, which really shook audiences and truly questioned perspectives. Next up was the always high-energy teams at St. Augustine's and Holy Child, putting to the question if modern Catholic teachers could ever truly reach that Good Shepherd figure, as seen throughout religious studies.
Historically, Catholic education has been criticized severely for perpetuating exclusivity by emphasizing its own faith and traditions. This will marginalize students from other religions and secular ideologies, creating division instead of fostering inclusivity.
The Catholic school teacher plays a vital role in fostering personal discernment among young people and goals.
And then, to the culmination of it all, where Saint Brother Andre took on hosts, St. Augustine's. They took no prisoners and gave us the fieriest of all arguments.
And permit me to use the legal term obiter dictum, which means to say something in passing. They stated alumni of the past. They have not stated any alumni of contemporary times, who is a product of the Catholic school teachers teaching as a good shepherd. It shows us that the Catholic school teacher cannot be classified as a good shepherd in our contemporary time. There is nothing like that. Again, the church, you must also understand that some Catholic school teachers feed on students. Good shepherds do not feed on their flocks. But what do we see in our contemporary time? We see Catholic school teachers feeding on their flock. Now, I want to cite an example of news published by ABC Action News on 20th July 2024. Contemporary time. Contemporary time. We see that a Catholic school teacher in Wilmington, Delaware, sent sexually explicit photos. Catholic school teacher. But I thought that as my proponents here are saying that Catholic school teacher should be a good etc. I thought that a Catholic school teacher as a good shepherd should not send sexually explicit photos to a student. I thought that why should you be eating the flock that you're supposed to tender and care for? This shows that what my proponents are saying is actually, and I repeat the word, business and irrelevant.
Now, chairperson, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters. First, I'd like to disagree with my opponent on several of his deliveries. First, let's begin with it. He said there's been a lack of old Catholic training, so the Catholic teachers right now in our contemporary time are different. I don't think that's true. It's still the same training, the same Catholic training, and even if that's true, then you are contradicting yourself because you said the education has been the same, it has maintained itself throughout. And now that you are saying there is a lack of old Catholic training, that means there has been no change. So it's a contradiction. And the next part is you say Catholic teachers teach bad morals. Please, there's no proof to what you're saying. Which Catholic teacher have you seen teaching bad morals? There's no proof. You can't stand on the safety-based facts.
Strongly against them. The Catholic teachers sometimes close doors to students, and yet they do. Some Catholic teachers feed on their students. The good shepherd always leads the flock to safety, but some Catholic teachers endanger the students. Catholic school teachers are not adequately trained and oriented to handle the complex issues the students face in contemporary time. The key word, contemporary time.
It was here where the winner truly deserved to be in the winner's circle.
And the first school is Brother Andre.
Well done to Saint Brother Andre. This is how one community makes great leaps in both thoughts and spirits. Thanks for reliving all of these week's fantastic and uplifting engagements with us. Until next time, I am Winnie Blankson.